Welcome to Positive Living with Lolo. I'm Lolo, and today I'm here with Dawn.
Hello.
You can say hi. So today we're going to talk about positive living through overcoming adversity and using fitness as the vehicle to promote the positive lifestyle when you are going through stuff. Dawn does swerking, which you will see clips throughout this. Swerking is sweat work twerk.
Sweat work twerk, yes. It's a hip-hop dance fitness format that we've been doing for, I'd say, about 2 years now. So basically just a lot of sweating, a lot of booty popping. I mean, it's fun. You're going to burn a lot of calories, but it's really just about getting out there and dancing with your friends. I mean, it's fun, as you know.
It is fun. It is fun. The first class that I went with my friend Jasmine, and we went to the Anchor Fitness one.
Yes.
And that was so much fun.
Yeah,
we did the glow party. Yes, that was so cool. I don't know, I love dancing, but it's like when you get like these moves down and these are what you have to do and these are the steps and you're with other people, it becomes scary and hard. It's like, I think you just try to pay attention to what everybody else is doing to make sure you're getting the steps right. Do you even remember what it was like to first step into that and how you kept messing up
actually, when you say that, it takes me right back to doing all those classes because, so first I'll tell you, Swerk started in Dayton, Ohio at a little gym called MVP Dance Fit, which I'm still there. I still teach early classes, so if you're up at 4 a.m. and you can't sleep and you're in Dayton, come take a class. But so two of my good friends, Rachel and Chelsea, started this class basically just out of the need to, they were both new moms, and just out of the need to still get a good workout in, and the younger days, which you're kind of too old to go to the club and do the dance thing, but you still want to have that fun with your friends. So they just kind of created it out of the need that they had, and then obviously other women, it started catching on. So I started taking the classes when they offered them. I started teaching group fitness there, and then when they started Swerk, I became a licensed Swerk instructor. And anybody, for those of you who teach dance fitness or group fitness period, you can become licensed. We have workshops all over the place, and so it's a nice way to just have a new little business, a little fitness business that you can take anywhere, really. But I was taking these classes every single day, multiple times a day sometimes, because it was just, to me, it was dancing with my friends, and I was new to the area, so it was a way to meet people and just kind of, I've been an athlete all my life, so being in the gym is not new to me, but I just, like a lot of other people, don't like to just be on the treadmill, don't like to just, just get in there and lift weights by myself. That's not really my thing either.
Right.
So this was a way to because we do squats, we do, we're down on the ground sometimes. We really, you get a good workout in. So then when I saw that I could be the leader, that part was scary for me, because I was thinking about it, and I'm kind of introverted by nature, which a lot of people wouldn't think that or guess that, or even if I tell people that, they're like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. But I too have to force myself to do things that make me uncomfortable, because I don't really like to be in the spotlight a lot, and when you're in the front of the room, everybody's watching you to do the moves, and they're following you. It's a scary time at times, but I kind of just wanted to do it to increase my own confidence and self-esteem, and just push myself out of my comfort zone, because you're not going to grow if you don't do that. You're going to stay in the same place. So February, I think, of last year, I became licensed, and I'm also licensed to go out and certify other people and license them. So it's just been so much fun, and I don't know, it's you would think to your question, when I was not in the front of the room and I was still learning the moves, like sometimes you do the wrong move, but it's like everybody is so focused on themselves and like wondering if they're gonna mess up or if they're gonna hit the move. And I mean, they're not super complicated choreography dances, routines. So it's not that serious, but we just call them solos. Like if you mess up, oh well, you did a solo and you're still still dancing, you're still moving, you're still having a good time. So it's like what really? I mean, the only person who knows you messed up is you.
Right.
Unless I mess up, then everybody knows. Right. At that point, it's just like, oh well, I did a solo, so, and most of them know the routines at this point, so they do the right move, and it's like, oh well. So it's just a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know any other reason that I would wake up at 5 a.m., sometimes 3:50 I have to wake up to get to my class, like before everybody else. And I just don't know any other thing besides having a child, like having a newborn. Right. Having to wake up early in the middle of the night for that. I don't know what else would make me want to do that, like 4 days out of the week. Right. It's a lot.
That's awesome though, and I like that you guys literally have like women's of all shapes, sizes, colors, everything. Like it just seems like it's just full of diversity.
Yes. So our studio is very adamant about acceptance. Like everyone is accepted. Ladies who are young, I mean, we have sometimes 9-year-olds, 8, 9-year-olds dancing, all the way to literally have a lady that comes, she's I think late 70s. Yeah. And while she has to modify a lot of the moves, I mean, or even in the regular classes where we're just lifting, like we modify everything that we can.
That's amazing.
And I mean, it's like, so the cohesion too is like, we're all different. Right. Like so different. So many different walks of life come in that building, or in any of the classes, because I do pop-up classes, I do college, private classes, like everyone's different, but we're all the same, one body of women who just want to be healthy. Yeah. It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah. So what got you into fitness?
So as I've been an athlete all my life, as I said before, started playing softball when I was like 4 years old, played softball, volleyball, basketball. And it's interesting because I was never like a dancer. I was never a gymnast, literally never took a dance class in my life or really any sort of formal gymnastics or anything like that. But, and I was never like a girly girl, never cheerleaded, anything. So it's interesting that that's now like my main kind of career path that I'd like to take, besides personal training. But really what got me to continue with it through my adult life was I was in a car accident on May 31st, 2010, so it was Memorial Day of that year, which is ironic because it will be like engraved in my memory forever. But I was camping with a friend and we were coming back up from that, and just it was a beautiful day, no rain, like nothing that should have caused any kind of accident. But we ended up we were following her brother, and he kind of lost power steering, was able to get up into a driveway off the highway, and the car we were in kind of stopped, didn't really know where to go, it was kind of all happening so fast. So we stopped in the middle of the highway, right in front of like Alexandria exit near Northern Kentucky, so kind of down there, no traffic. I mean, it was like Memorial Day, everybody's like cooking out and doing all this and that. And but when we stopped, my first instinct is like, okay, what's going on? Why are we sitting in the middle of the highway in a car, not moving? And I don't know, it was one of those things where it's like literally fight or flight, like your instincts kick in. And I kind of looked around and I turned around because I was in the back seat, and I see this F-150 just like barreling for us. I mean, he was not stopping. I knew he was gonna hit us, long story short. So my first, my just animal instinct was to take my seatbelt off, and I'm like up on the console of the car in the middle of the driver and the passenger seat. And I'm like, he's going to hit us. I'm going to get crushed if I sit here.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's always an interesting thought too, because we're always taught like our seatbelt is there to save us and protect us. And in that moment, it's like, and I always wear my seatbelt. I'm not saying like don't wear your seatbelt.
Right.
This is like disclaimer. But sometimes you have to trust like that your gut is right. And so I just like got out of my seatbelt. And I got on the console and I kind of braced myself with the seats, with the headrests of the seats. Because I knew if I didn't, I mean, there's a chance I was going to go through the windshield, or worse, just like hit the windshield and not go through. And so I'm just like holding on to these headrests, and he hit us, and he probably pushed us like 8 or 9 feet into the guardrail. I mean, literally, thank God we were the only cars on the highway, but nevertheless, he hit us. And so I think just like going forward, and then the force of like almost like a whiplash coming back, my spine was just like separated almost, and cracked and crushed and all kinds of stuff. And so when something like that happens, when your body's in total shock, I didn't know if I could walk, I didn't know what was going off my legs, like, so, my friends are in the front seat, and like, get out, I need to see, obviously I'm alive, like, let me see. My legs are broken, so we get out, I'm like walking around, like, thank God. Never even saw the guy, like, I mean, still to this day, don't even know who he is, don't know what he looks like, but I don't even know his name, but he totally changed my life, like, in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I started calming down, and I realized that, like, I can't breathe, my body is, like, shaking so bad, so I'm feeling like, okay, am I bleeding internally? Like,
right.
I don't know what's going on at this point, because before all the adrenaline, you can't feel anything. So I get back in the driver's seat. I'm just laying there and just waiting, I guess, for help.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Memorial Day, so a lot of those people are volunteer a lot, and so it took probably 45 minutes to get up into the hills of Kentucky to get us and take me there. And I won't name what hospital I first went to, because there should probably be a lawsuit, but they basically scanned me and said, you just have a compression fracture, like, let it rest, kind of like if you were an older person and your bones were just like breaking down, just let them heal on their own. There's nothing they could do. Gave me a Percocet, sent me out the door, literally like hunched over, waddling out on a wheelchair. So I get home, and I'm like I'm an only child. My parents are like my everything, best friends in the world. I would never disrespect them or call them out of their name or anything. And that night, I literally cursed them out like the devil was coming out of me, because I was in so much pain. My back was contracting. Like, I knew there was something not right about what was going on, because there's no way that I was just gonna like go through the days like that. Like, there was no way. So that night, I'm just like sitting in a chair. I couldn't even lay down. I couldn't do anything but sit in a recliner and just like cry and scream and cuss, like it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. And so we go to the orthopedic doctor the next day. Like, get up on the table. I'm just like, I don't know why you guys don't understand. Like, I cannot hold my body weight up.
Right.
Like, I really am detached or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't control the lower half of my body, or vice versa. And so we're like, all right, we'll do some more tests. So they sent me to another hospital. Thank God for that hospital, because they did all this work on me, and they said, you need to have surgery like now, like as soon as possible. I had my 10th vertebrae was cracked, my 11th was crushed, had bone fragments floating in my spinal column, like all my muscles and ligaments were torn, which explains like all the muscle spasms, and I really should be paralyzed, because you have so many nerve endings at the bottom of your spine. Is like, a lot of people who go through that are partially or temporarily or like fully paralyzed. So it's just like, by the grace of God, thank God that I don't even know, like it's nothing I could have ever controlled. So, and thank God for my surgeon, like really looking out for me and being like, we can fix this, because they had to open up my back. I have a scar about that big, put 2 rods and 8 screws down my spine to like fuse it together. I mean, it's just like, it's miraculous that people have probably even less of, you know, those kinds of problems and they don't make it. Like, God bless America. But it's just interesting. Like, it really puts things into perspective, and everything that I see people going through, and you know, everyone has their own experiences. So like, I'm not here to say, well, mine's worse than yours, because you know, everybody lives their own life, and like, one man's problem is another man's like day in the park, you know. So, but I just know, like, I'm here to just say, like, I've been there. I've been to the bottom of the bottom, where I had to relearn how to walk. I was getting ready to, so I played college basketball. I had to sit out a year of college basketball. They told me I would never play again, because hello, your spine is like detached. And if there's one thing, like, let somebody tell you that you can't do something. It like really is motivation to like, oh, okay, you want to see what I'm really made of, or like who I'm blessed by, and who is like takes care of me. Like, come on, you know. And so I wore a back brace. I mean, I wish I had like a picture of it, because it was a turtle shell, literally a pink turtle shell. And I was just like, this was like May, and I was about to graduate from college with, I don't even know, my associate's degree or something. And they're like, well, no, you're not going to walk. Like, it's in 12 days. June 12th was my graduation. I'm like, yes, I am. I will wear my back brace. I will wear my heels and my cap and gown, and I will walk. So I did. I graduated, and I was just like, nothing is going to stop me. Like, you are the only one who can stop you. Because even having to learn how to walk up and down stairs, and like not being able to balance on one foot, my balance and equilibrium was shot. I had to balance on this Bosu ball, and I couldn't even do it holding on to something. Like, I was just like totally back to square one. And you can do anything. You have to stay positive. Like, and that's why now, when you know, I was in a position where I had to remain positive, or I would be sucked into like this black hole of depression, and like woe is me and all this other stuff. So it's like, sometimes you don't know how strong you are, like that quote goes, until that's the only choice you have. Like, I couldn't just give up. What am I going to do? Just give up? And there's, you know, times when it's interesting, because people give up on things that aren't life-threatening, and it's like, but you don't know how good you have it. Like, you're so far ahead of what you think you are, and just like, literally baby steps, take baby steps, whatever you got to do. And so I don't know, I think from that moment I was like, okay, I want to be in the health field. Obviously I want to be in like around sports still. And
what did you graduate with?
So my associate's degree was medical assisting, and it was called like multi-skilled health tech, kind of just like a 2-year degree. And then I went back for sports and biomechanics is what they used to call it. Now it's called exercise and movement science. So some kind of science degree. They called it so many different things. So, but yeah, I kind of did the whole like family practice thing with medical assisting. Didn't really like the office feel, but after all of that, I'm like, I would have been lost without my physical therapist. So I'm like, well, maybe I can go into PT. So that's what it was, a pre-physical therapy bachelor's degree. And so I finished that, and I don't know, it was kind of just like when you enter that period of transition in your life where you're just like, I don't know, like whatever happens. Well, I did end up having another back surgery by the same surgeon, same like amazing care of people, and they took all the rods and screws out, because they're like, your back is healing, you're young enough to where if you leave it in, you could produce arthritis or whatever, and it's best to just get it taken out and be good. So got it taken out, finished my basketball career. Like, you're not going to tell me I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I did it, and graduated with my bachelor's degree. And then literally like right after that, I was doing a little promotional modeling, like brand ambassador work, which I still do a little bit today, because I just love to talk about and, you know, share things that I'm passionate about or that I enjoy. And so I was doing a little bit of that. Then I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. So that was kind of like my next chapter of life, was becoming a mother, which I also thought was really interesting, because I was kind of terrified with all the pain and like stress that would go into my lower back.
Right.
I'm like, how is this gonna, you know, I know that your body kind of tends to, it's hard on your body. So anyways, long story short, healthy pregnancy, healthy delivery, literally have a 4-year-old daughter now who's crazy and amazing at the same time. She's a ball of energy, and it's just amazing. Like, I was able to do everything that I would have done pre all of that. So again, it's just like that mindset of everybody goes through things, everybody, not necessarily the same things, but kind of on the same like level of stress and difficulty. And it's really about perspective. Like, the same wind blows on us all, but it's like how you set your sail and how you navigate through it, and really the attitude that you keep, because you're gonna see the world as you feel inside, or like as you see yourself. And I always saw myself as like a fighter and a strong woman who is not gonna let people tell me that because of this disability or you know, inability to do this or that at the time, you know, that's just, you know, a drop in the bucket. Like, that's not the whole ocean. It's like, you just gotta find your way. And for me, it was staying in the gym and like just working on myself. Self-development was like still is a huge part of my life. I think if you're not growing, you're dying every day. So literally, I'm always looking for something to do, like to better myself. And part of it is physical, a lot of it is mental, some of it's emotional. So really, I don't know, my mission today is just like, you're gonna go through things that are gonna break you, that are meant to break you, but you don't have to be, you can be broken, but you can also just bend instead of break. Like, you can really just come back from anything as long as you have yourself in your corner. But it's important to have support. I mean, you've been there for me. Like, we're real friends offline, like off the camera. But I mean, you know what I've gone through, and you've helped me so much. I mean, gosh, the whole positive thing is like right up your alley, because you were there to be like, no, keep your head on straight. Or like, even when I was dealing with other things, you're just like, it's okay, you know, God is there, I'm here, like your family, like just keep your head up, you know. And that's what you have to do. You can't look at your circumstances don't have to equal like the outcome. You kind of choose the results regardless of what you're going through. So right now, it's just like, I help people find that inner strength, and the best way that I know how to do it right now is through dancing. Just, you know, which sounds funny because it's like you don't have to be strong to dance, but like you do have to have endurance, and you do have to have just, I mean, the will to wake up at the hour that these women wake up. I never thought I'd have a class full of women who would get up on Thanksgiving morning when they should be sleeping in. 50 ladies get up and come to like be in community and just push each other and be the accountability that they need, that I need. Because I can honestly say I'm not perfect, I'm human, and I would not wake up every time that I need to unless they were there waiting for me. So they're my accountability. I just love them so much. I just do.
And that's amazing. It really, when you start to like develop relationships like that, those people become your babies. Even like the ones that are way older than you, those become your babies. Those are your clients, and you're really taking care of them and helping them. But I love your energy, because I mean, it's like rare to see you like really upset, and even when anybody sees you upset, like it hurts, you know, it hurts us, because your energy is so up and it's uplifting and stuff. So I think you are like the perfect person for swerk. Like,
Thank you.
and dancing is one of those freeing things. Like, once you get out of your head about, I'm really good about being in my head, period, about everything. So even dancing, like, I dance all day long when nobody's here, or with somebody that I'm really, really comfortable with. But get one person that I'm even a little bit not comfortable with, and it's like I'm in my head about it. And that's more of a reflection, I think, of me. But the women have to be really vulnerable, and they have to trust the instructor. And I feel like that's amazing that you have 50 women coming on Thanksgiving to do that. That's trusting you to guide them in the right direction and to love them and, you know, accept them. So that's really amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's saved me at times too, because it's a time where you just literally drop everything at the door and you just, for that hour, I mean, I don't even know what I think about, you know.
Exactly.
Sometimes I do feel like I'm in my head, but then I'm just like, I feel, like you said, just uplifted. And I don't think there's ever been a time where I've come in, because I'm tired, and I'm like grouchy sometimes, and I look disheveled and just all kinds of crazy. But I leave there, and no one's judging me during this time, and I'm just like free to be myself. And I tell them all the time, like, let it go. Whether that's like whatever's going on in your life, or like your shyness, or your, you know, uncomfortableness, like just in your skin, just let it go, you know, just find your strength and just run with it, you know. And so I couldn't think of a better way to wake up and just start your day. I mean, honestly, like,
I love that. And I also love your presence on social media, because you're consistent with posting positive things, whether it be fitness, eating, just life.
A lot of food, I was
just eat, like life, God, daughter, relationships. You know, you and Danny, you guys are recently, that's like what, how long have you guys been dating? Like 6 months? Okay.
Since May.
Yeah, so holy Jesus, it's gone by so fast, right?
It has, but it's weird. It's one of those things, like, you hear people say it, like, I feel like you've known him all your life, but like, there was ever a person that was made for me, like, it's him. And it's funny because I think people can see that, because we both, like, we like the same things, but we're also like, we balance each other out, and
in so many ways though. And it's just, what I love about it is because I've been there through the relationship problems, and I've always said, like, you are gonna find a guy who wants to be in fitness like you, and in nature, and is, you know what I mean, but just matches more of what you look like. And I feel like he just, like, matches you.
does.
He's a very beautiful man. He's got gorgeous eyes, and you guys just look amazing.
Thank you.
Together.
Yeah.
Like, especially all of those events you guys have been doing, the fitness events, like Tough Mudder and things like that.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is like,
that's goals.
Yeah, it is. And it's even for me to say, like, it's what I've always wanted. And I never thought, I think sometimes, because he's very, I mean, he does all these obstacle course races. He introduced me to my first one. We did the Spartan race, which is like, if you've never done it or seen it, like, it makes a 5K look like, I don't even know, like jumping over a puddle. It's like, for real, so hard. And if you would have told me way back when I was like recovering or in physical therapy or any of that, like, that I could run a 5 mile race and like be climbing over these wooden inverted walls, like running through, my gosh, we've literally done so many crazy things, like running up a straight wall, and like running through, I don't even know, electroshock therapy. I don't even know why a sane person would do that, but it's just like, he pushes me so hard, and I need that, because there are times when I am like, well, I'm just tired and sore, and it's like, no, let's go to the parkour. It's like, we're going to the trail, you know. And it's like, it helps me find my strength. So it's like, he really is a godsend. Like, pushed me to my limit. I've now done 3 obstacle course races, which is like, I can't even like anything is possible.
And that's only been just this summer.
Just this summer, yeah.
We've done 3.
Yeah.
That's some people's like goal for the whole next 2 years is to get ready for one of those and just do one.
I mean, even just like we've gone to Gatlinburg and like hiked these mountains. We went to Colorado and like climbing up mountains, and I mean, it's just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's
I love it.
Anything is really.
And I love that. And so I'm glad that you found that. But I'm really glad that you stay consistent on your social media with spreading the positive word. I think that's so important.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to let them know where to follow you?
Yes. So it's Dawn Perignon on Facebook, Instagram. I don't really do Twitter too much, but those are the 2 main platforms. So DAWNPERIGNON, like the champagne. So yeah, follow me. I'm always posting, random stuff, information about my classes, and just
like we said, positive quotes, stuff about God, relationship stuff,
lots of recipes.
Yes. So, and then she also does challenges like you were doing. Are you doing the Little Black Dress Challenge?
So right now, yep, the Little Black Dress Project 2.0 is like the second time that I've done it as like a group program. So the ladies, they go through, this one's a 4-week course, so it'll take us right up through up to New Year's. So just kind of accountability, same thing, like building a community. They can be remote, so it's a mobile program too. It doesn't have to be in person. They get an email every day, like inspirational email. They can do the workout from wherever they are, in the gym, at home, whatever. And then really just, they get a meal plan, recipe guide, like all that stuff. And just having support. That's what it's all about. Yeah. It's just like holding each other accountable.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Did that already start?
It did. It started on Monday, yesterday, so the days are long. But yeah, I'm probably going to do it at least like twice a year, hopefully. And then we have a big party, so the Little Black Dress idea, build confidence, help women just feel better in their clothes, and just feel amazing, like, and have fun doing it, and do all kinds of classes and stuff. And at the end, my dream goal is to have a big party where we all like pick out our little black dress and show off our progress, and just like our wonderful shoulders that we've built over the weeks. And yeah, it's just on a mission to help women love themselves all over again. So.
That's perfect. Well, I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
I love you so much. And then that is Positive Living with Lolo, but I need for all of you guys to give us a thumbs up, click subscribe,
like it.
I've never given that message, but I'm gonna need to start doing that. So this is where you guys start liking, sharing, please.
Spread the positive message.
Yes.
There's not enough of it in this world. So.
There isn't. There isn't. And then if you guys are interested in any fitness classes or anything, please hit Dawn up. She's amazing. The energy is amazing. Or if you just need somebody to talk to and get positivity from, that's your girl too. So we love you guys.
Yay!
Peace out.